Alright, and welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica. And today we're going to play a solo 12-bar blues on our C harmonica. So we're going to be playing in second position. That means we're playing in the key of G. Now, I like to do these a lot. This is actually what I've been practicing myself today, or this week, and practicing it today because I wanted to play it for you guys. Alright, so what are we going to play? I'm going to play basically something like this. Repeat and repeat. Okay, so sounds like there's a lot of things there, but it's really just two bits and pieces, and those two bits are your vamp and then the melody. Now, the melody's a scale. I've been trying to avoid saying scale for as long as I possibly can. The scale videos do really badly. Usually people see scales and just turn off. And I've been wanting to do this for a while because scale practice is really important. But you've got to do it in a way that's sort of fun. Like sometimes it's nice to just sort of go. I'm playing the blues scale, by the way. So it's 2 draw, 3 draw, half step bend, 4 blow, 4 draw bend, 4 draw, 5 draw and 6 blow. It takes longer to say it than it does to play it. Really important scale, sort of fundamental to the blues, gives you that real nice sort of flat 7 and flat 3rd sound. Alright, but before we get to the scale, we've got to get the little vamp going. Now the vamp is just ha-ta, 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 ha. So I'm breathing in with ha-ta, blowing out ta. So ha-ta, 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 ha. I'm breathe in, breathe out. So if I just do it continuously, fairly sort of slowly, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now, how I get it to sound like that is I'm not using tongue blocking, I'm just lip pursing, but I'm being what I call sloppy. So instead of just doing hole 2, I also use hole 2 and hole 3 and hole 1. So. Now the other thing that makes it sound sort of nice is the staccato notes. So like the, if I play it really slowly, like 3, 4. If I don't play it staccato, play it slurred. So you can hear the longer notes there. So this is a train rhythm. So if I do the slurred one, the longer notes, and just sort of slowly speed it up. Cool. Fairly hard not to do the staccato one. That's the one I'm sort of used to playing. So if I play that, you'll hear the difference. Train rhythms are super cool. You can basically just sort of play that all day. But how do you get something different into it? Well, the first thing we need to do is make ourselves a bit of space. So instead of playing a rhythm all the time, we just play it for 1 bar and then leave 1 bar empty. So 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now we've got some space that we can fill in. I'm going to fill that in with the scale. I can put a couple of little variations into my rhythm. It doesn't have to be the same all the time, but you want to keep that same tempo and that same feel, because that's the rhythm, and that's like what we're sort of communicating with the music. Like, I'm not using a metronome here because I want to change my tempo quite a lot while I'm doing this tutorial. But if you don't have the drum beat going, it can sort of sound like this. So like, I'll count you in so we know what the drum beat is. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit sort of empty. So if you've got your foot going, 3, 4. Hear how it ties it together? Cool. Well, I was giggling as I was trying to stop my foot to do that bit without the drums, and it was really hard to stop it. All right, cool. So we've got ourselves our vamp going, our little hata rhythm, a little train rhythm, and we've got space for the scale. Now, what am I doing with the scale? There's just a little warble there on like hole 4 and hole 5. Like, you'll hear harmonicas doing this sort of warble, this trilly sort of sound. Very cool harmonica sort of sound. So why did I do it? Why is it in there? Well, if I do my little rhythm, I need that little wobble basically to fit the scale in. So what I was doing when I was playing the scale, like to work this out, like just sort of mucking around, I've got my little vamp going. I'm going to play a bit of a scale on it. I'm sort of at the end too early. I've got too much of my bar left. So I just repeat a little bit of the scale. The other thing I'm doing is you'll hear I start on hole 6 blow and I'm hitting it twice. Why? It's tying back into the rhythm of it. It's still got the same sort of rhythm, so my rhythm's carrying over into my melody. So yeah, all I did with the scale, and all you can do yourself at home, is you can rearrange the notes, pick out the ones you sort of like. There's no wrong notes. There's no wrong notes anywhere on this harmonica. If you're playing this, it's a diatonic instrument, so all the notes will work. They'll all sound good. None of them will sound bad. But yeah, so what I did with the scale, going slowly, it's 6 blow, 5 draw, 4 draw, back to 5 draw, down to 4 draw, and then 4 draw half step bend, 4 blow, 3 draw half step bend, 2 draw. So cool. So once we've got that established and sort of going through, like I said, we want to make it a 12-bar blues. Oh, one of the little things I sort of did there, you can vary your rhythm around a little bit. Like if I want to get my... If I want that note, the 2, 3 and 1 draw, I don't have enough time to do vum, ba, ba, like it doesn't sort of work in the rhythm. So I just drop out one of the bar bars, the 6 blows. So... So that's what I'm sort of doing, why it's a little bit different sometimes. Okay, so we've got that sort of established. So now let's get it into a 12-bar blues structure. Firstly, what are we going to do when we hit the 4 chord? You usually want to use 4 blow. In this, I actually like to do what's called a tongue block split, which is you play holes 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then I just put my tongue over the 2 holes in the middle until you can only hear holes 1 and 2. So there's a lot of things to do in your mouth there, like you might want to stay with tongue blocking for your 3 draw half step bend. You might be going back to puckering. It's really just how you prefer to do sort of things. If there's too much movement and it's sort of taking up too much of your time, just do whole 4 blow. It's sort of easy. So let's get established and we'll do our 12 bar blues. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So as we're counting in our head, we've really got, for our 12 bar blues, we've got the vamp, that's 1 bar. We've got the scale, that's bar 2. We've got the vamp, that's bar 3. We've got the scale, that's bar 4. We've got the vamp for the 4 chord. Actually, I think I'm just going to do that without the tongue block split. I'm going to save that for later. I think it sounds like a bit sort of cleaner, just how I am at the moment. So for the 4 chord, it's 4 blow, 3 draw half step bend, same rhythm as your vamp. The scale, again, we just play exactly the same thing. It's over a different chord, so it sort of feels like it's changed, but it hasn't really. So that's bars 4 and bar 5. Bar 6, we go back to our standard vamp. Bar 7, we play our scale again. And all right, we're getting up to our 5 chord. So what are we going to do for the 5 chord? Again, I like to do those tongue block splits. It's hole 1, 2, 3, and 4. But this time I'm breathing in instead. So let's put my tongue over holes 2 and 3. So for our 5 chord, we've got draw. For our 4 chord, so yeah. Now, what are we going to do for our melody? Like, there's not enough time. Like the 5 chord, you'll notice I'm not doing the same rhythm. I've changed a little bit because our 5 chord's only for 1 bar. So I want to have a little bit of time in there to be able to play something. And I'm not going to play the entire scale, but I'm just going to play like from hole 6, hole 5, and hole 4. So I'm just going to play down. So we'll sort of hear it from here. So the 5 chord. I'll just repeat that a couple of times. So 5 chord. And we can finish off that way at the end. All right, so let's put the whole thing together. Now you can go as fast or as slow as you sort of like. I'm going to do this one first through just fairly quickly so you guys can sort of hear it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just repeat. Okay, so let's do that a couple of times together, and we're going to go a little bit sort of slower. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. quick ending. So basically, you can play that through there. So yeah, super, super, super cool. So from just having a simple vamp and a simple scale, all of a sudden, got yourself a 12-bar blues that you can just play for as long as you like. So get out there, have some fun.